Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Nectar of Devotion, chapter 1. We were hearing yesterday how devotional service attracts Krishna. Now continue reading. How Krishna becomes attracted by the devotional service of his devotees is described by Narad in Srimad Bhagavatam, canto 7th canto, 10th chapter, verses 48 and 49. So we heard Krishna is Madan Mohan. He's the attractor of thousands of cupids. And Srimati Radharani, she's Madan Mohan Mohini. She's the attractor of the attractor of cupids. So she attracts even Krishna. Srimati Radharani is the best servant of Krishna. She knows how to serve Krishna the best. And devotional service is all under her. She's the personification of Bhakti Devi. She is Bhakti Devi personified. So there, Narad addresses King Yudhishthir while the king is appreciating the glories of the character of Prahlad Maharaj. A devotee always appreciates the activities of other devotees. Yudhishthir Maharaj was appreciating the qualities of Prahlad, and that is one symptom of a pure devotee. So in Bhagavatam, there is a reference in 7th canto that Narad Muni was visiting Yudhishthir Maharaj, and Yudhishthir Maharaj was appreciating how Prahlad Maharaj is such a pure devotee of the Lord, how he is of such an excellent character, and how he has received the mercy of the Lord. Lord personally came as in the form of Lord Nishingadev because of the devotion of Prahlad. So Yudhishthir Maharaj was appreciating the qualities of Prahlad. And this appreciation is one of the symptom of a pure devotee. A pure devotee always appreciates the qualities of another devotee. A pure devotee never thinks himself great. He always thinks that other devotees are greater than himself. So this is a devotee. He never thinks I'm a great person. He always thinks others are great devotees. So this is for us to imbibe. We don't tell others, oh, you're not a great devotee. No, this is something internal. The king was thinking, Prahlad Maharaj is actually a devotee of the Lord, while I am nothing. And while thinking this, he was addressed by Narad as follows. So Yudhishthir Maharaj was thinking that I'm not a devotee, I'm no one, Prahlad Maharaj, he's a great devotee. So Narad Muni is telling him, my dear King Yudhishthir, you, the Pandava brothers, are the only fortunate people in this world. Now, why is Narad Muni saying that? The Supreme Personality of Godhead has appeared on this planet and is presenting himself to you as an ordinary human being. He's always with you in all circumstances. He's living with you and covering himself from the eyes of others. Others cannot understand that he is the Supreme Lord, but he is still living with you as your cousin, as your friend, and even as your messenger. Therefore, you must know that nobody in this world is more fortunate than you. Sorry. So Yudhishthir Maharaj was thinking, oh, I'm nobody, I'm a devotee. But Narad Muni is pointing out to him, he says, the Supreme Lord, no one even knows he's the Lord. 5,000 years ago, when Krishna was there on the earth, majority of the people didn't even know his identity, that he's God himself. People would think, yeah, he's maybe some mystic or maybe a great king or, a Gopa or something. Not many knew his identity. He was living like an ordinary human being, but he's God himself. So Narad Muni is saying, what more great fortune than yours? God, the Supreme Lord, he is living with you. He has a loving relationship with you. He's your cousin. He's doing things for you all. He's protecting you all always. Anything comes up, always Krishna is there. He's always with you. And he's also become your messenger. He's your cousin, he's your friend, and he's also become your messenger because Krishna had gone as a messenger to before the Kurukshetra war. Yudhishthira had asked Krishna to go to Duryodhana for peace, that give us 5 villages and we won't fight. So Krishna even became a messenger for Yudhishthira. Sorry. So Narad Muni is saying, who is more glorious than you? There's no one more glorious than you in this world. In Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna appeared in his universal form, Arjuna prayed, my dear Krishna, I thought of you as my cousin brother. And so I have shown disrespect to you in so many ways, calling you Krishna or friend or Yadava or Madhaveti. You know, Krishna, Arjuna is going to say that to Krishna in Bhagavad Gita after he sees the 11th chapter, after he sees the universal form, and he says, "Oh my God, this Krishna, I've been always telling him, oh Yadav, oh Madhava, but oh my friend, but he's the Supreme Lord and he's such a powerful personality, and I've disrespected him in so many ways. You're so great. I could not understand how great you are." So that was the position of the Pandavas. Although Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the greatest among all greats, he remained with those royal brothers, being attracted by their devotion, by their friendship, and by their love. So Krishna is the greatest personality. Why was he staying with the Pandavas? Why? Krishna does not need anything. It's not because the Pandavas were the kings. No, it's because of their devotion, because of their friendship, because of their love. Krishna gets bound by the love of his devotees. It can attract even the Supreme Personality of Godhead. God is great, but devotional service is greater than God because it attracts him. People who are not in devotional service can never understand what great value there is in rendering service to the Lord. So the taste of the pudding is in eating it. You know, we really want to taste the pudding, then we have to eat it to be able to understand why somebody else relishing the pudding. Similarly, if we really want to um, feel the bliss of devotional service, then we have to engage in devotional service. Devotional service begins by hearing and chanting, remembering, worshipping the Lord. Okay? All these are activities of devotional service. Are there any questions or comments? That brings us to the end of chapter 1.
So chapter 1 is about sorry, I'm just moving back and reviewing.
This we heard about the characteristics of pure devotional service.
Shuddha Bhakti ke Lakshan, yeah, characteristics of pure devotion. Okay.
Yes. We heard how pure devotional service immediately gives relief from all material miseries, how devotional service is all auspicious. You know, there are many auspicious activities, but pure devotional service is the most auspicious. It's completely on the transcendental platform. It's the highest welfare activity that we can do for anyone or even for ourselves. Then the happiness in Krishna consciousness cannot compare to any happiness, either in the material world or not even in the Brahma Jyoti. Cannot compare. There is happiness in the Brahmajyoti, of course, but that happiness cannot even compare to the happiness of devotional service. Because because pure devotional service begins from the liberated platform. It begins from liberation, but it goes further. It's a loving exchange between the living entity and Krishna. And then we heard that how the pure devotional service is very rare. Krishna does not easily give devotional service to everyone and anyone. Why? Because he becomes bound by the devotee. He then becomes a servant of the devotee. He starts following the orders of the devotee. And so he does not give it very easily, but his devotees give devotional service very easily to others. Krishna's devotees are very compassionate. They are easily giving devotional service to everyone. And this is the one that of the liberation, and then it attracts even Krishna. Pure devotional service attracts even Krishna. And we saw that how Krishna was attracted to be with the Pandavas because of their love, with their devotion, because of their friendship. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening in and joining in. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Hare Krishna.